scene's growing here in Sedona, and you know, it's getting better every day. You're in what's called the Verde Valley, which means Green Valley, and there's a lot of burgeoning farm scene happening here, and as you can take advantage of it, you do. That shapes and molds what I do as well. I'd say that our runaway hit, the signature item here now, has become the pork cheeks, and of course, elote. Actually, elote. Elote outsells everything. I forgot. We sell a bit of corn. If you're down in Mexico, elote is usually referring to corn on the cob. It's been dressed up in some mayonnaise, cotija cheese, some chili powder, and some lime juice, and you eat it off the cob. My big moment was cutting it off the cob. Pork cheeks, call that one my dish of memories. We cure them for a night, and then we smoke them for about 20 minutes, and then we put them into my crazy pork braise, which is Coca-Cola milk and orange juice, which is sort of a culmination of many journeys, whether it was the southern United States, parts of Mexico, different ways I saw carnitas and pork being done. And so I kind of took the best of all the worlds and threw them into a pan together. And then it's sitting on top of a corn cake, which has absolutely nothing to do with Mexico. That has to do with my grandmother. And then there's a Cascabel chili sauce underneath all of it that I learned from a wonderful lady down in Mexico, my ex-mother-in-law. She kind of brushed it off as, oh, this is just simple country cooking. And I said, no, this is really good, and it's gonna rock really well with pork. I took all these memories, tied them up into one thing, and it's turned into something real special. I wanted a place where it was relaxed, where people grab a margarita and they just have a good time, and you know, it's just a place for everybody.
Elote Cafe has quite a reputation, so tell me about it.
You know, it's an unassuming place. You would drive right by it, and someone recommended it, and a friend of mine said, you have to go by this place. So we tried it out, and the food is absolutely fantastic.
You say you could drive by it. It looks like that's a theme, and I think Check Please Arizona is helping people find places right. that you would normally drive by.
Yeah. It's in an old motel, but then the outside really doesn't give it any justice. You go in, and it's a nice, classy, modern Spanish, atmosphere to it.
It's a restaurant where you don't mind waiting. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was worth the wait, and you didn't feel like you were really waiting for a while because you could have a drink. There's a large patio you can sit and enjoy a cocktail, and there's some popcorn that they give you. I mean, we were able to see the sunset while we were there, and it was just gorgeous.
It was actually kind of fun. My husband got a margarita, I got a IPA, and we sat out on the patio and talked to a few people. It was neat.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, IPA, margarita is my choice there, but man, a lot of people watching. Of course, it's in Sedona, so a lot of tourists. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And this does get a big draw. So, what did you have for your first course?
We ordered the elote, of course, and that was really good. You get the sweetness from the corn, you get the saltiness from the cheese, and then it comes with chips, and it was very good. And then we also got a guacamole appetizer. It was slices of avocado that were rolled in, I believe, pumpkin seed and then fried. And then they had like a cheese crisp on it. And it was really good. Like, I've never had such a good guacamole, and their salsa. Oh, I'm still thinking about their salsa. So.
Guacamole of sorts.
Yeah.
Fried avocado is becoming a big thing, and I really think it's delicious.
Yeah, I never had it, but it was very good.
It's the other French fry.
Yeah.
Kim, what did you have to start?
We started with the empanada queso. These hot, fresh turnovers that seemed like they just came out of the fryer, and they weren't greasy. They were just the perfect amount of just everything. And they came with some salsa, and then there was these pickled onions that were just, when you put it all together, it just made it. It was just, I wanted to eat the whole thing, but I did share.
Well, sharing is caring. Speaking of that, Dave, what did you have?
We had the same exact thing with the elote and the fried avocado. And again, the elote is their signature dish, and it's totally unexpected. You know, you hear corn and creaminess, and you think cream of corn maybe, but no, it goes well with chips, and just multiple layers of flavor that you get out of it. It's just amazing.
Chef Jeff, he got his start, traveling around Mexico, and he spent many years at Los Sombreros in town. We were sad to see him go, but now we know where he is. Yes. What did you have for an entree?
Entree, I had the carne asada. And my husband had the pork cheeks. Our table was right by the kitchen, which I love because you can see all the action, and it was just fast and it was moving, and every plate that just came out, it's a gift. You know, it was just beautifully plated. And the rice and the beans was on the side so that, it doesn't mess up with the entree, so it can just be this beautiful presentation. And the carne asada was very good. I thought alone it was a little dry, but when you add it in with the sauce and a little bit of the relish and a little bit of the guacamole, it was the perfect bite.
Yeah, building plates, so much fun. And I'm a separatist too, by the way. I like my beans and rice separate. So Nicole, what'd you think?
My husband had the lamb adobo, perfectly braised lamb shank in adobo sauce, very savory. The lamb just fell apart. It was very good and came with the rice and beans, of course. And then I had the smoked pork cheeks, and you get such a perfect balance. You've got the savory saltiness that you get from the smoked pork cheek, and again, it just falls apart, and it's over this slightly sweetened corn cake with like a cumin drizzle, and then the pickled onions. So you get everything there. It's very good.
Well, building bold flavors, that's what that's all about.
Yeah.
That's cool. Dave, what'd you have for an entree?
I had the smoked chicken enchiladas. Great flavor. It was topped with pickled onions and surrounded by a green sauce. Very smoky flavor in the chicken. Great meat. My wife had the scallops, and they were some of the best scallops I've ever had. I wanted her to give me her plate because it was that good, and I got a taste of it. It's just lightly breaded scallops. They were just cooked perfectly.
What did we do for dessert?
Oh, we had the best dessert ever. It was a corn cake with dulce and ice cream. So it all came out. It was hot, it was sweet, it was savory, and it came in this little miniature cast iron skillet.
Oh, very nice.
How could you not like that?
Sounds great. Nicole, how did you cap it off?
Well, we were so ambitious with our ordering, the appetizers and our big entrees that we actually took the chocolate pie to go. We had, quite a trek back home. So about halfway home, we broke into our little to-go container, and it was really good. It was just like perfect crust, very chocolatey. The whipped cream was not sweetened, or it wasn't very sweetened, so it really balanced it out because you get that really heavy sweetness from the chocolate. So it was good, yeah.
Yeah, that is the best. I do like just lightly whipped cream, maybe very little or no sugar, especially with chocolate. It just kind of makes a chocolate shake, in your mouth.
Absolutely.
But you were patient. I like that. You waited till halfway home. That's good. Good for you. A lot of restraint there.
I had the same dessert that Kim had. We also got talked into having their special, which was a sundae. Huge bowl of homemade ice cream, combination of chocolate and vanilla, and drizzled with a chocolate sauce with tequila. So we didn't have any problems finishing that. So.
You lost me at tequila. If you would like to try Elote Cafe, reservations are not accepted. The average tab for dinner is $30 without drinks.